there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today's the day we're working our idea box again. And so today I pulled out some pockets. I think they're book page pockets that were in my idea box, but I've also made them with digitals as well. So I'm going to do a bit of both today, just because I need pockets for my 2 journals. So I need a few for my Moon Goddess journal, and also for my 1950s journal, which I'm really hoping to start very soon. I know I've been talking about this, I don't know how many months, but it's kind of getting to the point where I think I really need to get started. So, but I do keep making ephemera for it, so when the time comes, I should have a nice little pile. So I've just got a pile of bits here, some papers, some book page, so I just thought we'd just get started and see how we get along. So this is the first one, because I wanted small pockets for the Moon Goddess journal. They need to be small because you've seen that the book is not very big, not as big as some of the ones we make. So this pocket, I mean, it'll vary according to the piece of book page that you use. I'm using quite a big piece, but I think it's been cut down, and I've just paper clipped it together because I haven't glued it, so that I can see how I've cut it and how I've folded it. So this is my basic prototype, and so if I open it out, I've got a book page which I think has been cut down quite a bit. I know it's like, you can see it's been cut off here, not very straight by the looks of it, but it's okay. It's just a template or a prototype. So I have pulled in a piece of, I think this is rag paper, some beautiful Italian paper, lovely Italian script on it, which I think is going to be considerably larger than this one. So I'm going to need to cut it down because I don't want it any bigger than this. So let's have a look. I've just taken off a bit off here, the crunchy edge off here, but I think I need to cut it down a bit more, and it's not even very straight, so I might have to straighten that afterwards. So this is, that's the way round it's going to go. So I think I don't need to cut an awful lot off here actually. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut it cut it to size, because my big trimmer, I tried to cut a piece of book page earlier and it just chewed it up. It's not very good on very narrow pieces. So I'm going to try and get this small enough to use my my little guillotine instead. So I think if I just cut the top section off. It feels quite thin, but I think it's actually quite stronger than it feels. And then I think I've got about the same size, more or less. It's pretty good. So it is a case of what I was trying to figure out when I had a look at it. So it seems to fold up like this, and then this piece is in like that, and that's a really nice little pocket. What I can't figure out is why I left this flap. So I don't think it needs the flap. It doesn't. It's bigger than this flap, but when you put that round, this one disappears. I suppose it makes it a bit stronger if you glue that down, but then I'm thinking, will it make things catch as you put them in this pocket? So my feeling is that's coming off. It's just confusing me. I'm sure there was a reason. I can't even remember where I saw this being made. It was I haven't written this down. Some I make a note of where I saw it, and some I don't, for no obvious reason, really. I think that's a bit simpler, and in fact it should be that way. I mean, I suppose you could do it that way as well, but I'm going to do it that way. Either way I think would work. And if you're doing it with digital paper, which I'm going to do next, I guess it may depend on which way your paper's oriented as to which way you have it, whether it's that way or that way. But I want it that way. But to fold it, I'm going to open it out again. Right, so I'm going to fold it this way, fold it across like that. This is where the poor cutting will show, because it won't be straight. So I'm hoping this side is at least straight. So we've got that, and then we fold up. Right, so then we've got it. Open it out again, then fold it up this way, that's it, to make that pocket. Okay, and this is where I ended up with this extra flap, and then we fold in this corner for the corner pocket. Like that. So all we need to do really is cut this piece off. Make sure it's the right, no, it's this piece, it's the back piece, isn't it? That folds like that. I mean, if you weren't going to use it as a pocket, you could have this as a back pocket and tuck it into something, but I'm not going to do that. I want a pocket, and I don't really want this extra bit confusing the issue. I'm going to cut this piece out. Cut it along the fold, I think. Okay, gone. And it's going to go in my box of box of book page scraps, because that's a lovely little piece. So we have got this and this, and we've got a very wonky bottom edge somehow. So I don't know which bit to line up. I think I'll make that pocket straight. I think I need to just trim this little bit here where it's not being cut very well. Surprise, surprise. Still there. It's still visible. Okay. So we have got our script going every which way. So I think what I would do if I was using this book page piece, I would decorate bits of it, but I'd still like to see some of this lovely script. So I'm just going to glue it down, because then you can see how it goes together. Shall I? Yes, I think I will. I'll glue this one down. First of all, I think I'm going to glue my little corner pocket down. So I think the book page ones I'm not going to decorate, but I think what I'm doing, I'm going to glue here and along the bottom. Okay, along there. And up the side here. And then we've just got to glue this one down. I think I might just turn over the top a tiny bit make that a little stronger, a little less vulnerable, and glue that down. Oh. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Glue this little flap down. And then I quite like to do a little thumb notch, really. Because I like those. Just a little one. I'm hoping this will work. Given I've only just glued it, we'll see. Somewhere in the middle. No, it's not going to, but it's given a little indentation so I can cut it now. Well, I want it. That's fine. And we'll do a little ink up, I think, before we glue. Ink that pocket. I should ink this one too, shouldn't I? Oh, actually, I've got to glue it, ink it a little bit. Maybe I'll leave that open, actually, that that top opening. Yeah. And then we'll glue down. Sorry, excuse me about, I keep clearing to clear my throat. I'm still got an intermittent cough. And it makes my throat a little bit croaky. And I know it's annoying to hear somebody constantly clearing their throat. But I'm afraid there's not much I can do about it until it sorts itself out. Just need to wipe off the bits of glue. Don't know why I bother, really. It seems to always end up with glue all over my mat, whatever I do. But I keep trying to keep it glue-free. And that's my little pocket. And, I mean, how big is it? I've still got this bit sticking out at the bottom, which I don't like. Don't know quite why it's gone so wobbly. Well, it's obviously the way I cut it. Okay. So, how wide is this little pocket? I can see. This is ended up at 4 1/4, so that's perfect size to go on a book page, especially if it's not a very big book. Right, so that's that one. This is my little prototype, so I'm just going to pin that up, put that back in my idea box for another day. Put that there, and then we're going to do one for my Moon Goddess journal. So I've double-sided printed this one so that we can we can choose which way around it goes and what shows. So if I fold it like that, I think that's the. I'm going to have my prototype in front of me again, aren't I? I'm terrible remembering how to do these things. I think this one's going to be too big, so I may have to cut it down, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's going to be miles too big. So I think I'll cut it. Where's my grabber pencil? Yep. So I'm going to lose one of these corners. So I think I can afford to lose this one. So I'm going to do. Yes, because that will be showing. Now, can I see it? Right. I'll just cut that to there. and then we'll cut it to about here. So I really find that this is a good size. But if you wanted a bigger one, you wouldn't need to cut it down at all. But just because I know my journal's not very big now, I can't see where I've marked it. Where did I mark it? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, hopefully I haven't messed this up. Alright, so we'll just fold it this way. Oh, do you know what I've done? I forgot to allow for my flap. Haha. Yeah, I have messed up. Do you know, I had a feeling it looked too small. I may have to make an extra flap to add on because I've cut it off now. I should have made it that much longer. So I'm going to have to add my flap separately. Oh well. So that's going to go like that. And we're going to fold in my corner. Like fold in my little corner. Make that pocket. So then we've got that showing. And now we need the flap, so I'm going to get a piece that I cut off. I think it might have been that piece, yes. So I want my flap. Do I want it like that? Yeah, I guess I do. My little pocket. So if I cut that down to there. Let's turn over the top a little bit. Make it stronger, and then I can sew it. Not sew it. Well, I could sew it. It's a little bit too tall, so I'm just going to trim it down a bit more. This is what happens, isn't it? We all do these silly things on camera because the brain goes to mush as soon as you turn the camera on. That's what happens. Okay, so then we've got our pocket. How straight is that? I'm not sure it is, but is that straight across there? I don't know. Right, I'm going to glue this down. So I've got a nice strong pocket. And we're going to punch this one. I think this one will punch because the potato. What am I talking about? Potato. The paper. Oh, I don't know where that came from. I was going to say this paper is thicker. Oh, I don't know. Is that central? Nope. Hang on. So we have a bit of a fun day ahead of us today. Because we're going to the theatre tonight up in the West End of London. Going to see Six, the musical. Well, I'm excited. I'm not sure how much Richard is. No, I think I'm using walnut stain for this journal, aren't I? He's going because I want to go. Booked it months ago. It's funny, you book these things months ahead. It was I think October. And you kind of forget about it and, forget that it's coming up until suddenly it's, oh, we're going this week. And we thought we couldn't decide whether to go early and have a meal in town, which was the original plan, we thought that would be a good idea, but we couldn't decide where to go because we didn't want anywhere where we had to walk 8 miles to find, but somewhere that would be easy. Right, there we go. So that's all right. That's all right. That's worked fine. It would work just as well if I'd folded it up, but I think, and actually, not having to cut this flap off has meant I've got a nice straight line here, which I failed miserably on the previous one, on the book page. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I didn't have to cut that piece. Yeah, so we couldn't find somewhere to go out for a meal before the theatre. I'm sure we could have done if we'd tried really hard, but nothing near the theatre really took our fancy. So we're actually going to go out for lunch somewhere near here. We're going to go, we've booked a table at a nice pub. So we're going to have a nice leisurely lunch and then get ourselves ready. And we haven't got to leave quite so early to go into town. Right, let's close that up. So that will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And actually, not having to rush up there and worry about eating your meal so you can get to the theatre and everything. It mean the meal will be more leisurely and a bit more enjoyable, I think. And it's a pub I haven't been to. Richard has, and he kept saying to me, we really must go there. So when he suggested we went there for our lunch, I said, oh, let's do it. So yeah, it's a win-win. So we both got things to do this morning, so I've got my video, and he's been painting fences. He's just gone for a run because he hasn't done a lot of running this week. I think the weather was so cold last week, he really didn't fancy it much. But he's doing a 10k on Sunday, so he feels like he needs to do a bit of running to remind his legs what to do. There we are. So that's rather nice, I like that. I may still sew around some of these pockets. I do like the sewn look, but at the moment my sewing machine's playing up a little bit. When I've tried to do zigzags, it goes all over the place, so I think it might need cleaning. I'm going to round that corner just because I feel it needs it. And put that one in there. That's better. I just like that softer look. Okay. I think we could just put a little bit of something on here, couldn't we? A little bit of decoration just to make it a bit more interesting. Let's fold this back up again. I think we don't need that. So that one, this one is now going to have to go in my to-do box. For the number of times well, that's the wrong way around, but it could go that way, couldn't it? Yes, I've always said that. In fact, the writing is, well, some of it the right way around, some of it is upside down if I do that. But yeah, if I make things out of my to-do box, and then I'm making things to put back in the to-do box, so it's not really making any inroads. And this is my other prototype that I made out of some book page. This is made using some paper from Shabby Dabby Doodle from her Bluebird and Blossoms kit. I really like that. And that was also some double-sided paper. So, yeah, it's about the same size. So that is pretty much, that can go in with my idea book with the other one, with the book page one. So let's see if we can put a little something on here. Don't need much because it's not very big and it's quite busy. Wondered about the little lanterns. I've got most of them cut out, but needless to say, the one I choose would probably not be. Like, that one would go really well. Have I got any that I've actually cut out? It would go. I've got lots of quite big ones. No. But I don't know if I cut out as many small ones. Let's just have a quick look. I don't even know if you can see these. They're so pretty. I will be using using these to decorate the journal as well. So of course that one might go too. That one, where'd that one go? It's a little tall, I think. No, not quite what I want. No, I haven't got any small ones. I must have, well, not many anyway. I must have concentrated on the big ones. It's quite a small one, but I don't think the colours quite work. I think it's one of these two. I'm going to probably not keep those bits because they're a bit fiddly and fussy for me. So I'm just going to just cut round this and see how it looks. Right, there it is. Okay, not liking that bit of white at the top, and it's too small to cut the white out, so I'm just going to take that little tiny bit off. Just make sure it's not rounded a bit. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, sometimes you just can't keep those sort of things. You need something behind it. It's either going to be a bit of, I was going to say a bit of fabric or a bit of book page, but then I've got these bits of stamped fabric here. I did a while ago. I wonder about that because it's got that kind of tiled look. I like that. I might also like a bit of book page behind it as well. So I've got this piece that we just used. I don't know whether I want it behind the whole thing. Maybe I do. I've got a bigger piece here. Don't want that bit. Just straighten that off a little bit. Oh, straighten it off, she says. No such thing, is there, in my world? Straightening things. I'll get my ruler out. It's just the simplest thing. And just take this bit off the side. Right. Now we've got a usable piece. Alright, so that piece doesn't go there like that. Let's take that off a bit more. Okay. I'm going to have to take that little corner off to go around the pocket, around the thumb notch. So we have that piece. We can have that there. We can have that there. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay. Okay, So that's that little pocket ready for my journal. There, yeah, like that. So let's put that little pile to one side and get rid of I'll clear this up and then we'll come back. Okay, so this time we're going to make this pocket, which is also this pocket. So again, I want to do one for the book page and one with some digital. So this one is, I'm sure, I mean, this has been done many times, I'm sure. I haven't written down where I saw it, but it may well have been Gail Agostinelli, could have been Paper Outpost, or both, I don't know. So I'm going to just fold it down the middle that way, and then, this is so simple, this has got to be trimmed a bit here, I think. So I'm not folding it right to that edge, I will trim that off after. And fold it up. I'm basically folding it in quarters. Like that. And then you've got upside down paper, so you could fold it the other way, which might be better. So at least the front of your paper is the right way up. That's better. Okay. Then you open it back out again. And which one is it? So fold this one in almost to the middle, like that. And then this one we fold to a smaller fold. Again, it's always trying to keep it that right angle fold, and you get the same angle each time. And then, no, it's upside down. Oh, right. So how did I do that? I got them the wrong way. So, hang on. Hold the phone. Because I had it upside down, I should have folded it the other end, shouldn't I? Should have folded this piece in. Yeah. I turned it the other way, didn't I? So I ended up with it all folded in the wrong place. Let's see if this is right now. Fold. No, that isn't right either. What am I doing? What am I doing? I thought this was so easy. Right. In half. Up that way. So I need to fold this one all the way in. Should have just done it. Used my logic. I'm going to have to glue it down now because it's all... Right. I'm trusting that I've got it right this time. Probably good thing I'm doing this before I'm making it with my digital paper. Glue that down. Then this is the one that then folds in. I'm assuming this is the one that folds in half the way. Yeah. That's right, isn't it? Is that right? There should be something behind it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, goodness. My goodness, why do I always have to do things the hard way? Okay, so we've got that. And then we've got that. Make sure that's lined up there. That's straight there. And then I think we need to trim these bits off the side here. Because it's not very straight. I mean, I know a lot of people like these bits, but I find I like to have it tidy on the sides. I like to be tidy. I know. So then you've got that pocket, that pocket. Do you have another pocket here? I can't decide if that's meant to be a pocket or whether that's just meant to glue together, because I feel like it would be very flimsy, this pocket here. So I think you glue that together. So we've got that, but the other way round, so that I've got it the right way up, the paper. So it doesn't matter. In fact, the one I did with the digital before, it's ended up that way round as well. So this is all glued together. So let's have a go with the digital. Luckily, the paper I've chosen is non-directional, so it does not matter. And this is from one of the kits I'm using for my 50s journal. So the other side is this really pretty yellow. I do like yellow and blue together. I think they go really well. So I'm going to use the whole sheet. It may end up being too big, I'm not sure. It's going to be a bigger journal anyway, so I don't think it's a problem. And we are folding it in quarters. That bit was super easy. When I started to do the corners, I got totally confused, didn't I? But I think that was because of the orientation of the paper, trying to keep it the right way up. And I think I had the same issue. I must have had that issue with this one as well. Sorry, with this one that I made, because I've ended up doing it the other way round, and I reckon that's what must have happened when I was making that. I had to do it the other way to keep the orientation the right way up, keep this paper the right way up. I had no problem with this paper because it's non-directional. So this one is going to be folded. I could do it that way. I could do it that way. The same way as the original. Which way shall I do it? I might do it this way, just because I can. So this is going to be the bigger fold. Like that. And then we can see the background paper. And then this one is going to be folded. It's a smaller fold. Should have done it like this. Figuring it out, rather than trying to copy the original. Just figuring out where the folds needed to be. Like that. Like that. So we end up with that. So pretty. I'm going to glue down the pieces I've folded. And this one is already catching a little bit, even though it's not right up to the centre, but it's catching just a touch. So I am going to glue it down just to make absolutely sure. And I'm going to glue this one down as well. And now we can glue them together. So this one is going to be glued shut. In fact, I'm going to use this glue so I can get a better coverage. Oh, there goes the top, as often happens. I hope you're all well. I'm sorry I don't ask very often. I get so busy trying to figure out what I'm doing, I forget to ask how you're all doing. We've actually finally, well, I don't know if it's permanent, but the weather has finally got milder. We had weeks and weeks of grey, really cold, barely above freezing weather, which I know is not as bad as a lot of people get, and we shouldn't really complain. But we didn't like it. And it's gone up 10 degrees overnight almost. Well, it has gone up 10 degrees in some places, which makes life a lot more comfortable, especially when you're going to be out and about. So I'm going to glue. Ooh, is this glue shut? It is. But you could leave that open because it's quite thick where it's been folded. You could leave that as another. I might do that. Oh no, because it would. No, because that wouldn't make sense. No, I'm not going to do that because that's part of this pocket, isn't it, silly woman? So yeah, glue down that side. Oh, take that out. So glue down this side. Glue there. Wipe off the glue off the mat. That's it. And then we'll glue down this side. I'm wondering if we actually want to glue that, whether to leave that open. Definitely going to glue this one down. Do we want to leave that open? No, I don't think we do, because we've got it open quite wide at the top, so no, I don't think I want to leave that one open. But you could. Okay. So, we've got our second pocket made. And again, I'd like to decorate this. And again, I want to corner round that. Which I did do on my prototype here. Just softens that off. Let's give it a bit of an ink just to give it some kind of a finished look. And this is definitely going to need some lace. And a focal point. It's going to need a lovely lady on here, isn't it? So let's see what we've got. So I've got my book, and I have now added all the Joey Cardmaker images in here as well. So they're very different because these are more photographs and these are more like drawings. I do like these, and you get lots of variety of colours and styles. So which one? I'm going to have one of these. Which one will go? It needs to be quite a big one because they come in 3 sizes, these. So you've got the 3 sizes. You've got this one, a medium and small. And, you know, different sizes work on different journals, don't they? So, or different types of pockets or whatever you're making. So it's kind of handy to have a big one. I wonder about this. I don't think she's going to make it on there because she's going to come off the edge of the pocket, but her colour pulls this colour in really nicely, doesn't it? So that's an option. Any more that would work? These 2 ladies. Would they both go on? They would actually. They're quite glamorous. Rather like them. And I can get them both on, which would be quite nice. And there's one more here that's just taken my eye. That's this lady here. She's lovely. Is she too big? Oh, she might just fit Oh, I do like her. Just something about this dress, the style of dress. I love that. I'm afraid she's not going to make the cut. She's going to be cut off, I think, because the only way I can fit this lady on is by cutting the other one off. But I do like that. Okay, decision made. I'm sure these ladies will have their day another time. It's nice to have all these to choose from. So I've just got to cut this one out. Get my scissors out again. I just need to put some things behind her. I've got a few bits pulled out here. I thought I could just layer behind. Got this ticket that says ticket. It's a bit white. Might have to calm it down a little. No. No, I'm not very confident with doing this kind of thing. I'll go around there. She needs something that means something behind her. And I'm not sure these do. They just give her, they're just more a background just to make her stand out a little bit from this. But what I do need to do, I definitely need to do, is put some lace behind her. That's for sure. Let's see what I can find. It may be a bit thick, this one. What's that doing in there? No, that's too thick. Okay, we've got this piece, which works quite nicely. I may quite like that behind. I'm not so sure about this piece. I'm not sure it has any real meaning or any value. And what she needs is a handbag, I think. So she's got a ticket. She's going to a, I think she's going to a cocktail party. there. I think I might see if I can. I think that will work for now. And I'm going to put a little bit of something across the. Oh no, do I need anything along the edge there? Possibly not, because this is quite a big. Focal point. Right, so I'm just going to straighten that edge up best I can, and cut this corner off like that. I want to just ink along these two edges here. Actually, I was just wondering if her little mate could somehow pop in up here. She could be up there, couldn't she? Let's see. Okay, so she's all cut out now and inked up, and I think she'll just pop nicely on this. I will do if she doesn't keep sticking her leg out. She doesn't want to tuck behind the pocket, does she? She wants to be front and centre, but she's not big enough, so she's going to have to just pop in there like that and wait for her friend, who's the glamorous one on the front. Now, as I've mentioned before, I do struggle sometimes with layering. I love the look, but I'm not really very confident with doing it. So as I had to change my battery anyway, I thought I'd have a little look in some of my ephemera pieces, see what I could kind of find that I would be happier with layering behind her. So I have got a few bits pulled out, and I think it looks better, I hope. So I'm just going to pop them on. Well, first of all, I'm going to put her on, because she needs to stay there. I'm not going to do anything more with her than just put her in on that little pocket. Right, slide her in there. There we go. There you go, my dear. You're going to the party. Well, there's not a party. It's a gala and picnic they're going to. Because I found a few bits and pieces. I found some tickety bits. I found this, I don't know where this came from, Queen's Jubilee Vintage Gala and Picnic. So I thought, oh, that would be perfect. That looks where she could be going. And I've got the ticket, which I've now inked. And I remembered I had some little envelopes that I'd made, some little tiny envelopes. And I'd put them in the box, and I'd forgotten I had them. Came across those. So I'm going to put that, kind of tuck that as well in there somewhere. So I think what I want to do first is pop this ticket here behind her, and then this piece, it hasn't got any meaning, I just wanted it for the pop of colour really. I'm going to pop that there, or there, I'm not sure yet. So let's just check that this is in the right spot, and then I'll glue this down. Might be a bit high. She's just got to go there. I've just got to make sure she goes, her head doesn't go over the edge of the pocket. So yeah, I think that'll be fine, right on the edge there. Right, so that's going to go there. Oh. Okay. then I just want this for the, just a little bit of contrast really, so I'm thinking whether to put it up there. Yeah, I think I might just put it behind her head, just to kind of give that pop of colour. So I'm going to put that there. Whoops. Has it gone too high? Yeah, it's going to go there. Just double check again. Yeah, that's fine. Then got to arrange these pieces. So I think I'm going to have ticket there. What I thought I might do is just tuck this little envelope over the top of the ticket, because it's the envelope, although it's not the right size. I just thought that ticket looked like it could be folded and put in that envelope, because the envelope is open. You could put something in it, but I'm just going to flap it over there. So I'll put a bit of glue on the back of my ticket. Like that. And a little pop of glue on the front of the flap. So you can see it's ticket. I think that will go there, somewhere like that. And then the real important bit, it's probably a bit low there, it's going to go there. Queen's Jubilee, Vintage and Gala and Picnic, and then she can go over the top of that. Right, so this needs to be glued down first. Like that. Sometimes you just need a few moments to yourself to think, right, what do I have? What would work? What can I use? And then it starts to come together. And then you drop it on the thing and make a mess. Okay, there we go. Right, just going to pop that there. So she's going to, and this is her plus one up here. Her friend. This is the one that's been invited. Alright, let's pop her on here. Let's get the placement right. Oh, I think she'll be alright. I don't think we're going to have too many issues with her hair there. And there she is. Okay, now I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I wasn't happy with what I was doing before. I was just putting things in for no good reason. I need a moment to think sometimes. So that's it for today. Always takes me way too long to get these things done, and I'm sorry about that, but it's just the way it is. So we did make a few things. Not very many. So we've made this pocket out of book page, and then we made it out of a digital. So I've got one of each to go back in the idea box. And then we also made, so this is going to be for my 50s journal. And then we've got one for my Moon Goddess journal, which is this nice little pocket with pocket there, and something that can be tucked behind. Got that in the book page version. My two prototypes are here as well. So that's it. I had another one ready to go, but I didn't get there, as usual. I always bring more things out than I actually get to make. So these are the the two that have actually been finished. I really love that now. Now that I've done it, I love it. I do think I might put a bit of lace down there, but I'm not going to do that right now. It may not need it. I'll think about that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.